Hi, it's Mark, back in the lab here at VoIP Supply, and today we're going to talk about the Sangoma S305 phone. The Sangoma S305 is an entry-level phone with a simple design, but great for almost anyone in any environment, and it has a really nice small form factor. The S305 is actually an upgraded version of the Sangoma S300, which isn't made anymore, and there's a couple of interesting differences that we'll point out before we get into the phone. Let's take a look at those differences real quick. So what we have on the left-hand side is the Sangoma S305, and on the right side is the older S300. There's a couple of differences you'll notice right away. The screen on the S305 is much larger. Also, your line keys are on the side of the screen as opposed to down here next to the directional pad. Speaking of the directional pad, we have this nice silver-colored bezel, which isn't here, and also we have white printed on directions on the pad, as opposed to just dark imprints on this one. Also, the keys have this silver color, which gives you a nice contrast, as opposed to kind of just the black keys, which blend into the rest of the phone. What I do like, of course, is that there is no glossy black plastic, so you're not going to get fingerprints everywhere. Now, focusing on just the S305, we can see we have access to all the major features that you would expect on not just an entry-level phone, but almost any IP phone. You have your conference, headset, hold, speakerphone, transfer, mute, and of course a rocker for your volume. You also have your soft keys, which will give you context-based options depending on what you're doing. If you're in a call or if you're not in a call, these options will change. And we'll do a little test call in just a little bit just to show you what some of those dynamic soft keys look like. Looking at the back of the phone, it's a fairly simple, easy to set up layout here. We have two ports. Both are 100 meg ports, so fast Ethernet. You can, of course, piggyback your PC off of the other port. It is PoE, which is where it's getting its power from. You have your power plug, and then, of course, you have your handset and your headset port right there, and the label is right here, just in case you need to know which one is which. All right, let's make a quick call, and I'm not just going to make any call. I'm actually going to call into one of FreePBX's feature codes, and this feature code is called Talking Clock, and to get to it we dial *60 and it's going to tell us the time.
At the sound of the tone, the time will be exactly.
All right, so I'm going to turn this down because the time isn't really that important, but what's different is now that we're in a call, we have a couple different options. We could transfer the call, we can put the call on hold, we can conference someone in, or we can hang up by hitting cancel. And there you have it. That was Sangoma's S305 SIP-based IP phone. It's a great phone, good looking, small form factor, fits in anywhere, whether it's on your desk, in a common area, on a wall, in a call center. It's going to work great for you, and it's part of a great line of Sangoma's S-series phones. Once again, I'm Mark, here in the lab at VoIP Supply, and where we're going, we won't need analog.